Jack was quite strange. While others chose strong professions in games, he deliberately chose the weakest one. Not only did he pick the weakest class, but he also selected the worst possible talents, because only by doing this would no one want to team up with him, allowing Jack to enjoy the game world alone. When he first entered the game, Jack, as always, made an incredibly ordinary face, choosing the weakest archer class. For life skills, he chose the most useless alchemy skill, since NPCs were responsible for selling all potions at very cheap prices. For body techniques, he chose leg kicks, which had no finishing moves. When it came to magic, Jack didn't hesitate to choose the wind magic, which was countered by both fire and earth magic. Finally, for his escape skill, he chose the most energy-draining skill, stealth. This was the perfect trap Jack had set up. As expected, everything went as Jack had planned, but right after entering the game, he was humiliated by some players who had spent money on the game. Looking around, Jack was the only one who chose archer. At this point, he was still smug about his choice. However, when he arrived at the training ground, he realized that as an archer, he couldn't even hit the target, let alone shoot with enough force. After leveling up his archery skill to level 5 in one go, he quickly made some antidotes and recovery potions for himself. Jack then eagerly ventured into the wild to level up, but he soon discovered that his low-level archery skill was nothing but a joke against wild monsters. After shooting 2 arrows and failing to kill the monsters, he ended up enraging them, triggering their passive berserk skill. In the critical moment, it was only with his leg kicks that he managed to kill the monster. After analyzing his failure, Jack decided to try again, this time using a stone for cover. He cast wind magic when the monster wasn't looking. Although it worked, this strategy was too reliant on the environment. Finally, Jack decided to combine stealth and archery. Sure enough, the monster couldn't detect him, and he became a stationary target that couldn't be hit. At this point, you might think he would continue leveling up, but no, he chose to return to town for a meal. Since the bread sold by NPCs was so bad, he decided to try cooking for himself. He put the rabbit meat he had hunted into a pot, added some simple seasonings, and cooked up a delicious rabbit steak. But after taking a bite, Jack almost broke his teeth. The system's evaluation score was only 2 points. Given Jack's personality, he was naturally not satisfied with that. He then reworked the rabbit meat, adding herbs and more seasonings to marinate it. Sure enough, it tasted much better, and the score improved to 5 points. But Jack still wasn't satisfied. Next, he began to blanch the rabbit meat in advance, increasing the number of cuts and seasoning amounts. This time, the score finally reached 7 points. The tantalizing aroma attracted many players, and even though Jack boldly priced it at 100 gold coins per point, the rabbit meat was quickly snatched up.